Hello, from Mr. Who views. A day from King of the Hill, as old as the hills, and the decline and fall of Peggy Hill. Yeah, there's another two-part, as old as hills was the last episode of season 3, and the decline and fall of Peggy Hill was the premiere episode of season 4. And I think it's a pretty decent two-part. Yeah, as old as the hills, Peggy and Hank are celebrating their 20th wedding anniversary, and they're going to spend the whole weekend alone together with Bobby spending time with Cotton and his wife Dee Dee, and this is around the time when Dee Dee was carrying Cotton's child, and Hank and Peggy were planning having their another one, but they just dropped that at some point. And Luann was supposed to go camping with her friend, but then got a call from a friend, and yeah, there was a forest fire. So she had to take the taxi anywhere, and when she just came back, she just hiding in the house. Ugh, I don't know. And we're gonna hang it so a slideshow of his and Peggy's uh, marriage, which is called the 20 years of excellent service or exceptional service, whatever it was. Mm. And yeah, Peg did try to like recite a poem to everybody to thank them for being there, but Dee Dee's baby interrupted by kicking. Yeah, Dale present, two canes, and the car saying that the hills are over the hill. Ugh, yeah, no. And yeah, Bobby thought that uh, Cotton and Dee were gonna spoil him before the baby comes, but Cotton had Bobby working since Dee Dee can't do anything since he's knocked up. So, yeah. And yeah, Hank did try to uh, do something romantic by going to a restaurant since Peggy's just upset that they're old and they're not they didn't do any of the dreams they had when they were newlyweds. And Colin saying that him and Min were married for 13 years. I think in one of the episodes in the revival, they're celebrating their 29th or 30th wedding anniversary. Ugh, the timeline in the revival it's just wonky. Ugh. Anyway, eventually, Hank and Peggy just get like just drink a lot after the restaurant because Peggy wasn't really happy, and yeah, that's when Luann's hiding in the house. Ugh. I like a question how they didn't know somebody's in there because they're drunk, but they didn't they hear the vacuum cleaner when accidentally turned it on. And yeah, the Peg is putting some of the Bobby's old baby stuff in the trash can, but then she and Hank got in it, thinking they deserved to be in it. And yeah, and eventually they just decide to, well, Peggy decides they're gonna do like a jump off out of a plane since they heard them call him in bungee jump, so don't do something exciting. And Peggy was a guilt tank and doing it, and she gave him 20 exemplary years of marriage, so he owes an older one. I also introduces Topsy, one of Cotton's war friends. And yeah, the part where the Topsy just like blows his cheek out, and Bobby just get frightened. it's just good. Yeah, and the part where Bobby saying to Dee that he hopes Con treats the baby better than he treats her, and Dee saying that of course he will until the baby crosses him. Yeah, and then while Con and Topsy are at a gentleman's club, Dee is about to get birth, and Bobby has to drive her to Ireland Hospital. Yeah, and it's crazy that a 12-year-old has to see a woman giving birth. So we throwing the nurse thinks Bobby is the dad. Does he take he part of the Hick family or something? Yeah. And yeah, with Peggy and Hank does do the like jump out of the plane. But yeah, Peggy's a bit hesitant until Hank thanks to Ram and tell him that Dee Dee's giving birth. Yeah, that just gets Peggy to jump, and it's going along okay until she had to pull the cord for her parachute, and it doesn't work. And surprised pulling the emergency cord, and that doesn't work either. And yes, he's going down fast. Ugh. Oh yeah, then with the the descent and fall of Peggy Hill, it shows that Peggy is alive. She landed in the muddy part of the field where she's supposed to land, and the observer in the Luan thinks as like I think it's supposed to be like an antelope skull or something. I don't know. It's Peggy. Ugh, you know. Oh yeah, eventually Hank sees uh, Bobby and the doctor saying to Hank that Peggy's alive, but just being a body cast. And eventually, Cotton gets there and say to Hank when he saw Peggy that he didn't, what like asked him what he do to his wife, and that he didn't teach Hank to do that. And Colin seems to be like a really love his son. He even says that his shins are beautiful, and he tries to indicate Hank, but when Hank said it's his name, he said you got to name Good Hank. Oh, yes. And yeah, Hank is really happy about that since people might think he's bad Hank. And yeah, Colin calls him BH. And I find it well funny. And yeah, this is brought up in the revival as well with the the Cotton's three sons sewn up like Hank, Good Hank, and another one that began to sometime this week. I won't spoil if anybody doesn't know. And yeah, with Peggy, she's delighted that she's survived, and when she hears about Dee Dee having postpartum depression, she wants to help take care of the baby, and that she decided herself pretty early. And yeah, Colin gets a little upset with the baby when it leaks. They say it's a Dee Dee's fault. Ugh, I don't know. And yeah, and when they bring Peggy home, they try to get through some of the doors, but they're too narrow, and get to lift her up. And you can like when Boomhauer that, and when Hank said to go, they like lift up on tree, and Boomhauer just asking get like it was way like on tree, or we could say 1 2 3 go or something like that. And yeah, name of the uh, uh, and Dale's wife, Nancy, for not name there, do try to uh, they get cheer up or cheer up Peggy, or just try to say he looks good for being in the cast. But they actually go to the bay when he comes, or good Hank, and yeah, Bobby is stuck after a good Hank for some reason, and there's a good scene where it shows Bobby and Hank look after GH and Peggy, and yeah, they get the balls mixed up, and Peggy's just upset that he's getting treated like a baby. And yeah, she does say to Hank that she doesn't remember why she's not on the plane, but Hank thinking knows why. And the nightmare he has, it's pretty good, because he just feels guilty thinking that he's dreaming that Peggy is in a cat. But yeah, turns out Peggy was, jumped out because after hearing Dee Dee give birth, he just got dead jealous, thinking she'll never give birth again. And yeah, Bobby just lose it when Cotton and Dee Dee tell him to get stuff for him, and just had to give the GH to the Dee Dee, and just leaves it with Peg. And Hank does try to stop GH from crime, dangling keys, sawing off a measuring tape. Yeah, he confronts Cotton, and Cotton thinks the baby's possessed, and thinking that Hank's a leaker as well, when Hank saying it's normal for him to do that. But when he hears silence, the two just run to where Peggy and GH is at, and Bobby and Dee Dee do show up. Turn up GH or Peggy just using her foot to calm GH down when he's in the baby carrier thing. Just on he can do something. Yeah, I think it's a decent two pair, and yeah, the whole thing just continues in the next three episodes with uh, Peggy going through a class, up her walk again, and then go back to school and that, and keep mentioning how she survived falling out of a plane. Mm. And I just wonder why when Dee Dee was calling Bobby, he was calling him Cotton's grandson. Yeah, see, never called him that before. Like, don't think he called him that anytime after. Mm. And yeah, as usual, Cotton is just going this with Topsy. It's just better. That's when we're at the Gentleman's Club. And yeah, I think Bobby was like acting like a good uncle to say taking care of everything. And apparently, when they saw the GH crying and seeing how all the characters are dealing with like Boomhauer putting in the earplugs, and Bill looks sleeping, like take a score or something onto his house. Don't know why he let the window open, but yeah. And yeah, like that, it's a decent two part, and then next time it's a murder mystery, so it'll be entertaining, and yeah, Hank has to deal with the Strickland's wife as well. Ugh. Anyway, just remember to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, to share this video to everyone you want, and have a community tab where you can see when my video is up or vote on my poll. But if you don't want to vote, that's okay. You don't have to. And yeah, so next time, Mr. Who, I see you guys later.